Hey, Dave Knight here from 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. I think I'm fighting off a sinus infection or a cold or something. I feel my chest is starting to constrict. I did end up getting a nap today, but I am 49 now, right? Um, Trying to recover, trying to prepare our 7 and 8 year olds for our next football game to play. This is a very busy part of my year, but it's also some of the most fun that I've ever had outside of coaching my own kids at the T-ball level in baseball, and being fortunate enough to coach my oldest son when he was in the 11-12s last year. And now I'm not coaching any of my kids, but I got a bunch of kids that I consider my own. 27 of them on the 7 and 8 year old team this year. I'm just one of the coaches. I'm an assistant. I work with the offense. I work with the defense, and hopefully molding young boys into young men that will be positive influences in the future as well. It's a passion for me, and to see uh, them get it, it's kind of cool, and that's kind of the way that I approach life, and I'm not perfect. Never claimed to be, I'm not a master trader. Never claimed to be. In fact, you know how I feel about it if you watch any of the stuff I talk about. Anybody that claims that they're a master trader and a know-it-all, well, take your wallet and go run the other way as quickly and as humanely possible. Go in the other direction as fast as you can away from that person, company, whatever. I was looking on this one website, actually tradingschools.org did a review on it. And there's a bunch of different ones out there that he does, but Emmett had done a review on this one guy, and he's got positive grades for this one dude. And I don't know if he's good or bad or ugly or sad or any of the things, but let me tell you what, I looked on his website and I couldn't find anything about the man as a person. Come into my room, watch me trade. Well, big freaking deal. I mean, his about him page was non-existent. Um, a picture of him, forget about it. You don't know what he looks like unless you go research something. I don't know how you go about that. I guess you could. I don't know. So I mean, does he know what he's doing? Yeah, sure. He's passed a couple combines. I mean, big frickin' whippity ding dong. So have I. I've been funded 3 times within a year. It still doesn't make me a guy that I know everything about everything. Um, I would say this: a person that of that nature that's been proven that he's removed stuff that doesn't work right for him. Well, can you trust that guy? Anyway, that's why if you've read this, when I first started, when I started Night Capital Management, it was a different me at that point. I didn't have my nervous breakdown. I didn't have a lot of things that were going on that I'm now experiencing in my life. I've got adult attention disorder now. I've just got a lot of issues that I'm dealing with. I don't, um, but along those lines, I still have the knowledge. That started 123daytrade.com. So yeah, Night Capital Management is still the sister company to everything that I have, but that's a way of protecting myself from idiots that want to take me on and take everything that I got. And regardless of I have not that much, but it's just a way of protecting myself against people that would like to take me to the cleaner. So well, whatever. So everything falls under Night Capital Management, which is my LLC, and I would highly recommend that anybody, and along those lines, yeah, I have the disclaimer out, and that's required. And I mean, I don't want to get in trouble with the CFTC. I don't want it to be reviewed badly on tradingschools.org. Um, but then again, I think my highest paying course right now is my yeah, that doesn't matter. Um, what am I talking about? Let's talk about today. Today was day 4 of the reset of the recent 30K combine at Top Step Trader. I netted out 56 ticks off of 6 trades today. My biggest win was one contract winner for 68 ticks. I came in the market at 8:37 a.m. Central Standard Time, a failure at the pivot point, and I was out 10 minutes later at 8:47 at 4339. I came in at 4407 and I exited at 4339. And obviously I documented that as well, and you'll see that in the report that comes out. Well, not the report, but the summary report. But the best trade that I had for the day was that one. It's just part of my trading plan. I noticed that around the pivot point that it can fail, and you can go look at the blog post. It'll say BBV, HVB if you pull up that chart off the tick charts that I use. And the 5 minute a little bit later on showed another point where it was sticking. It was having a hard time trying to get up through 70, 71, 72 area. I tried to reshort at 53. That one I tried a couple times and I only netted out one tick off of the attempt there, even though it does go back down pretty much to the bottom, but it bounces off of it. I didn't catch the bounce going off, although it ends up being the RBV, or the red bar volume, highest volume bar, around 1500 at that point, that you'll see that I think I actually pointed out in one of the my charts that I have on the blog. If not, I'll go back and I'll put it together and show you that it was so. What was happening today? We had options trying to expire today, not trying, but expiring. You have the futures moving from one contract to the next. You got people trading on one side and then trading the other, and then it ends up kind of in the middle. It goes extreme one way, extreme the other, and stay not extreme. It just goes up and comes down, goes back up again. Um, but not extreme movement. I mean, extreme movement today for me would have been up to 46 and a half or down to 41 roughly, 41.80. Excuse me, 40.80. But that didn't go either one of those extremes today. They kind of stayed inside basically what I would call 3P range today, 3P up, 3P down type of range, back and forth, and that worked out to be about, I don't know, I guess like 72, 90 ticks somewhere in that area that it stayed within. You know, some things happen in my life that just happened for a reason. At the time, I don't really understand what's going on, but what I understand later in life is that doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. Well, 1, 2, 3 day trade was started to show the good, the bad, and the ugly side of trading, and I have my fair share of all of it. You know, today was a good day. Of the 4 days of this combine, I've had 3 good days, and I've had one day I wish I'd never traded. You know, I read another gentleman was really nice to tell me, you know, David, you're just occasionally you not occasionally, your problem is that you don't follow your rules, and that's true. That is a true statement. And one of those reasons probably why I don't, you know, have um, uh, one-on-one coaching or some of the other things. I mean, why would you want to listen to me if I can't have, I can tell you what to do. I can say that, you know, this is what I'm doing, and then I break my own rule, you know. So I try to do the best I can with the limited ability that I have and the mind power that I have in front of me. But I am still human, you know. I still am a discretionary trader, and I'm looking to do, you know, if I could take back 2 days ago and not go down 47 ticks right now, I'm very close to passing this combine now. In fact, you know, if I would have maximum profit on a couple of these trades, I'm up over 1,500 in profit. But right now I'm at roughly 893 plus right now. So I'm on target. Even with one bad trading day, I'm still on target to get to where I need to be over the next 6 trading days. You know, my goal basically is to pass the Top Step Trader 30K combine inside of 10 days. My goal basically is to try to get above $2,000 in the funded account. My first 10 trading days and try to take trades. What I need to do is not take a trading day like I did day 2, trying to chase a trade, and that's what happened. I mean, that should have been a winning day if I would have played it right. Instead of being down 47 ticks, I could have been easily up 20, 30, 40 ticks on that trading day if I would have just followed what I was supposed to do off the tiebreaker scenario. Wait for the tiebreaker bar to come in and then take that trade and see where it would take me. Let's see, I'm just reviewing my notes here to make sure I've said everything I want to say right now. I did say this: the only time the market behaved and ran was at the time in taking the pivot point today and down 3p from there before bouncing, and then that's about the only time that I saw it, and it behaved on the way back up too at the highest volume bar today, going back to the upside up to pivot. So there was some opportunity on the short or on the long today. So depending upon how you like to play this market, it was a good trading day. All right. So anyway, that's where I am right now. I'm kind of fighting off. I think it sounds like I'm trying to fight off semi-cold or whatever. I feel a little bit under the weather. I'm looking at tomorrow being the 16th of September. It'll be like one of those one trade days just to get the trade in the book so I can hopefully by day 10, which, right now I'll have my 10th day in by the 23rd of September. Hopefully between tomorrow and the rest of next week, I've had this combine passed and move on. But it'll be one of those days, probably I might even only take a 2-tick stop loss or a 3-tick stop loss against like well, today was 1p was 24 ticks. It might be one of those days that I take 24 against a 3-tick, and I take that 3-tick loss to grab into a 24-tick win. So that might be what Friday will be, and just take, and to move on to the next week. So in other words, get that day out of you have to trade 10 days in Top Step Trader. So I know, and what I'm saying is that you don't have to trade every day, but my way of combating that at Top Step Trader is that I just lower my risk tolerance. So in this case, like today, I was risking 10 ticks. Well, when I want to not risk as much, well, maybe I'm risking 3 or no more than 5 ticks, and I just take a $50 loss or a $30 loss, and if I get lucky enough to catch the trade and it goes up 24, 25 ticks, then I grab that 250, kind of like free money coming to me, right? But it's one of those times that, like tomorrow, if it's not a day that I like to trade with options expiring and futures expiring, but I want to get my 10 days in the combine. So that's another reason why I say, hey, so when you see the report, you might only see like 1 trade or 2 contracts being traded, the in and the out of that trade. And that's pretty much right now, as I talk to you right now, the way that I'm setting up tomorrow. It's going to be one of those, find the trade, get in, and whether it wins or loses, I don't care. I'm just looking at that to be day 5, so I can move to next week, and by next Friday, the 23rd, I've got my 10th day in. Hopefully, sometime early next week, I've got my $1,600 in, and then I'm just taking 1-2 tick trades in there to pass and get through the 10 days, so I can move into FTP. The combine is made for one reason: pass it, move on to FTP, and FTP is made for one reason: move it, pass it, move it on, and get into funded. So, and on the other side of that, you keep track of, where, your real trade would have been if you stayed in the market. So, I think what's more important when you get in the funded is to find valid trading setups and use those 10 trading days. Like, you got bags of gold to move from one place to the other, and be very diligent about, because once you enter into a trade, it becomes one of those 10 trading days, or in this case, you have 9 days available until you have to make a decision on redevelopment or not. All right. Anyway, like I said, I'm fighting something off that feels like right now I'm kind of just so I'm going to leave it on that. So today I net out 56 ticks. My first trade I took on 2 contracts was down 13 ticks. My second trade big winner today was up 68 ticks. I netted out 56 ticks altogether off of 6 trades. So 56 ticks or 560 bucks on 6 trades. Obviously, this is all simulated since I'm in the combine right now. And hopefully that is to be said about that. Enough said on that. All right. So the goal is to get the funded so that I can make the real money. Right. Right. All right. God bless. Take care. I'll see you on the next video I put together. Bye for now.